Hi, brides and grooms. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Wedding Party Wednesdays. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Amy. I am your gift strategist and I am here to help you create memorable gifting experiences for your wedding party without the stress and the overwhelm. Now, Wedding Party Wednesdays is a series where I share tips for gifting your wedding party. Today, we are going to talk about the budget. So I have a few questions for you. Do you know how much you want to spend on your wedding party gifts? Do you have a specific number in mind, or one that is based on your overall wedding budget? These are kind of the things that you're probably trying to think through right now and what we're going to talk about today. So answering those questions can be a challenge, but the answer of how much to spend on wedding party gifts, it really depends on your overall budget for your wedding. It depends on the overall budget for your wedding and the impact and experience you want your wedding party to have, right? Or you want to give your wedding party. And actually, there is no set amount. And I will let you in on a little secret that there is no hard and fast rule that says that you have to gift your wedding party. It is something that you can choose to do because you want to show your appreciation to them. But there is no hard and fast rule that says that you have to give a gift. So if you're watching this and you do not have a budget to create gifts for your wedding party, it is okay. You can choose not to give gifts to your wedding party. But what you could do instead is write a heartfelt note or a letter to each person in your wedding party to let them know how much you appreciate them. And I promise you that will go a long way. So if you are able to have a budget, here are some things that you can consider when trying to decide what your budget should be. Now, there are some general guidelines, and you've probably seen this on the wedding budget tools that you have been using. There are some general guidelines based on your overall budget, like I said, and it's where they suggest you allocate maybe 2 to 4% of your overall, 2 to 3% of your overall wedding budget to gifting. Again, this is a guideline. But that 2 to 3%, it may include favors. It may include welcome gifts for your guests, as well as your wedding party gifts and your gifts for each other. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, like I said, this is a guideline and you can set more than 2 to 3% if you would like. But, you know, that is one way to determine what your budget will be if you just have no idea of how much to allocate, right? But I believe that you can split the budgets for gifting into 3 tiers. Now, these tiers are tiers that I have determined based on what I have seen. They are not the standard, but hopefully they'll be helpful in helping you to determine where you want your budget to fall for your wedding party. So tier 1 will have gifts that are from $25 to $75. Now, in this gift range, you want to be very selective about what you choose as a gift. Maybe you select 1 or 2 items that will have a great impact on your recipients. So that is always going to be my advice when you have a gift in that range. You don't want to focus on putting a lot in the gift. You want to focus on the selecting fewer items, but items that have that will have an impact, right? Tier 2, you can likely expect that range to be between $75 and $150 per gift. And this is probably where most wedding party gifts are, like where the price range for the wedding average for wedding party gifts falls. They will likely fall between that $75 and $150 range, maybe even up to $200, right? Being somewhat of an average, depending on how big, how small your wedding party is. Now, tier 3 is likely to be more than $150, and to be honest, it's probably going to be $200 or more. But this is where you start to get into more items that are of higher price points, right? You have more detailed personalization, and you have more elaborate finishing touches for those gifts. And I said $200, but you can probably start to do that at $175, depending on what you choose for the gift, how many items you have in the gift. So those are the 3 tiers, and I didn't put a range for tier 3 because it can be any amount that you choose at that point, because you're getting to be when it's that, like I said, you're getting into higher price points per item, a higher price point per item, and then you're probably going into detail for personalization for each person, and you have great detail in the finishing touches. They are very elaborate, and you probably have some custom things in there, and so that can land anywhere on the budget scale. Could be $1,000, who knows, it could be whatever you want to spend. So, but I think it probably starts out at around $175, maybe. It's definitely more than $150 per gift. So hopefully that gives you some things to consider when trying to figure out how much you're going to spend per gift for each person in your wedding party. And yeah, I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to respond back to you. That is all that I have for you this week. So I will see you back here, same time, same place next week. So until then, happy gifting and many blessings. Bye, y'all.